and welcome to my current household for Sims 3 from August. I know again it's late, but like I said, I will be doing current households for August for Sims 3 and Sims 4, and I will also be doing it for um, September as well. So I will do that. Now, this is my current household, like I said. So if you don't know what a current household is, it is the house that I play outside of the camera or off camera on my own free time. It's like my own personal game, and I just kind of update you guys on it about once a month. So as you guys know, my current households are pretty much always the same people, and I don't know why, but I just seem to fall in love with them each and every time, no matter how many times I've played them. I just seem to be the happiest when I play them, and I seem to get the most enjoyment out of my games. So I am playing as the Millman family, if you couldn't have guessed already, but this is a little bit different because we're doing something a little bit different as well. Now, I did build this house myself on The Sims 3. It did take me a long time, and I do need to fix that. But I love this house. I think it is just perfect. It works for them splendidly, and I like that the rooms aren't ginormous or aren't too small, really, but they are more on the petite side. But I figured, things like this would only come once in a while. Like, you only get to be kind of poor once in your lifetime. Not that we're really poor, because we're not, but we're going to pretend like we are. So it didn't start out this big. It started with just the bottom floor, and I've added the top floor because obviously we've had a child, and so he is here with us. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. We had to add in a bedroom for him, and so that's kind of what we did. Now, I do have like a telescope and some stuff out here. I've got the portal over here, which is we've activated, and we have actually used, I do believe, maybe not. Think we have. I can't remember. I love this little entranceway. I just think it's beautiful. I hate that these don't actually touch that because it would look so much better if it did, but it doesn't. And they got knocked out because I have deleted some of the CC that was in my game, and so I just needed to kind of get rid of it. Now, the back isn't as beautiful as the front, but no house really is as beautiful as the front normally, unless you put like a lot of effort into it. And I haven't really put that much effort into the back of the house compared to the front. So I've just kind of, done what I've got to do and went from there. I do need to fix this roofing as well because it's kind of driving me nuts. All right, so on that note, first person on our list to talk about is SM807. This is our Plumbot. We went to the future to pick up SM. That's what we did. We went to the future and bought SM. And the reason that we bought SM is because I've never really had a Plumbot, never really played with one, and so I thought now would be the best time to do it when my family's small. It was only Dereck and Cheryl at the time, and so SM joined us, and she is a girl, and I haven't changed her looks because I love the way she looks. I just think she looks amazing. So I haven't actually even changed SM at all. She is weak quality. She was when we got her, but she has 6 trait chips, I do believe, and we've only filled 5. The only one that I actually added to her and I had bought the trait chip for is because we don't know how to build it, is the Limitless Learning trait chip. And the reason that I added this one is because of what we're kind of doing with this family, and I'll get into that in a second. But she's definitely going to need it. Now, we are in fall already, and we're getting closer to winter as the days pass. She is her master or whatever is, creator, excuse me, is Dereck. They are friends, but she loves Cheryl to death. Like, she literally is best friends with Cheryl, and they spend a lot of time together. Now, Daniel and obviously SM don't have a relationship at all, and that's because she doesn't have the Robo Nanny trait. So when he was a baby and a toddler, she couldn't actually do anything with him. It was just kind of like, she just kind of let him do his thing and just kind of was quiet in the background. Now, she doesn't have a career, even knowing she has the Office Drone trait chip. Now, her traits are Office Drone, Solar Powered, Limitless Learning, Competent Cleaner, and Friendly Functions. She came with Office Drone, Competent Cleaner, and Friendly Functions. I bought Solar Powered and Limitless Learning for her because I thought it would be perfect. Now, her skills are in sculpting, and obviously she comes with mastered advanced technology. It's just how they come. And she has officially mastered sculpting And like I said, I'll get into her skills later. In her inventory, she does have nanites and the blank processors in her inventory. She's also picked up a few of the elixir recipes, and she has picked up some butterflies and stuff, and pretty much it's all from like the consignment store. I don't know why she's got dirty clothes in her inventory, but we can actually just go ahead and sell it because we don't actually have um, a dryer or anything like that for that to be spawning. So it's kind of weird that that happened. She does have 2,560 lifetime happiness points. It's really hard to get lifetime happiness points for her because she doesn't get this because she doesn't have the sentience trait, I believe. Yeah, the sentience or simulated emotions. And again, for the wishes as well, doesn't get wishes. Um, so she's pretty good on all this stuff, and she's working on a sculpture right now. That's pretty much what she is working on. So I'm going to go ahead and let her continue that as we talk. Dereck over here is normally the sim that I start off with as a single sim. This time I actually had him and Cheryl be married, and I changed up his looks just a smidge bit. I made him a little bit less buff because when I first created him way back when, I made him very, very buff, like seriously to the max. And I didn't really have a lot of stuff to go off of for clothes and stuff, so I've edited up his clothing and stuff, and I really appreciate it. Oh, and I need to set their aging back. I need to think of what it is and set it back before I press play, because if I press play, he's going to age up, and I don't want that. And so he has pretty much just been working on his lifetime wish. He's got 4 of the 30 people saved for his lifetime wish. And yes, I always do the same one. Sorry about that. I just yawned. He still likes hip hop, hot dogs, and red. He is brave, good sense of humor, eccentric, evil, and light sleeper. I haven't changed any of his traits, and he's still a Pisces. He is a 3-star celebrity, so he gets some stuff sent to him for that, which is pretty nice. On his relationships, he's best friends with his son Daniel. He is great, has a great relationship with his wife Cheryl, and he has a pretty good relationship with SM. Now he does have some other friends like Claire and Aisha and Xander, and he knows a crap ton of people because of being in the firefighter career. You meet all the people that you rescue, so it's kind of just how it goes. And as a in the fighter career, he is at a level 9, so he's almost maxed the whole entire thing out, and he does start in 5 hours. He is working on sculpting as well, and like I said, I'll get into that in a second. He learned a little bit of inventing. He obviously has worked on athletics because of work. Cooking, he hasn't really worked on, just he's got the first skill. Handiness, he's worked on since work as well. Bot building, he's gotten from just tuning up SM, and the advanced technology he's gotten from the same things. So those are all in the same things. Now in here, he's got like his firefighter year, the trophy. He's got the firefighter's coat. He does have a death flower. I got it from the graveyard. There's some mushrooms and stuff. He's got some of the stuff from the future. He's got the children's books that we read to the baby. Well, Daniel when he was a baby. And then we've got some recipe books. He's got some junk. And he's got some smelted ingots and stuff that, he had picked up from the mailbox. For opportunities, he just has to go dance at this thing, and he has 43,381 points. And that is pretty much all about Dereck. And like I said, he's still in the firefighter career. Now, Cheryl is still trying to become the chess legend. I'm trying to get a good angle of her, but it's really hard because they're right next to this wall. So again, she is younger than Dereck, and I will show you that in a second when I fix the aging. She's unflirty, brave, easily impressed, computer whiz, friendly. She likes purple, mac and cheese, hot, hip hop, and she is a Taurus. She's actually the same sign as me. Now, I actually had to recreate Cheryl because I forgot that I didn't have her saved, and I had accidentally deleted it, and then I found her later on. But this is the made version of her, the newer made version of her. And you know what? She looks pretty much exactly the same to me. I can't really tell the difference between them. I think she's pretty much the same. But she is, like I said, best friends with SM. She has a great relationship with her husband, and she's best friends with with Daniel. She's good friends with Morgana Wolf. They've spent some time hanging out together, and then she does know all of these other people, and that is because she is in the chess career. It is a mod for this, but I thought it would be amazing for her to be able to do that so that she could have the career that she's always kind of wanted, which is to be the chess legend. So this is perfect. She just goes, and if she beats a team, she beats somebody at a chess game, she gets money, and then the money goes to the money earned. And right now, funds to promotion are 5,809. She's earned a total all together of 11,166, which I thought was amazing. Her skills, again, she's working on sculpting as well. Everyone will be doing sculpting first. She does have a little bit of athletics for things that she's gotten like opportunities for or whatever. She cooks for the meal, so she's got the cooking skill, her logic skill, obviously, because of the career that she's in and her lifetime wish. And then she's got a little bit of advanced technology, but not too much. In her inventory, she's got some of the mysterious fragments. She's got some prize tickets, some of the future stuff, some recipes, junk, all this stuff, and a float. But really, they just don't do very much. She does need to befriend Thornton Wolf now, so it's something we need to do with her. And she has 45,068 lifetime happiness points, so she's doing pretty well at that. And then we have Daniel, who was actually a mistake. I hit the try for baby button I hit the risky woohoo button instead of the woohoo button, and it ended up Cheryl was pregnant, and so they had Daniel. Now, Daniel is the only child that they have right now, and I kind of want to keep it that way for a little while at least. So what's happened is he is not 12 days away from aging up. There's probably more than that. He's a Capricorn. He likes rock. He likes stir fry and spiceberry. He's a supernatural fan, perceptive, and artistic. Now, I did roll randomly for all of these traits, but I think that you have a higher chance of getting a good trait if you've taught them what they need to know, when they were younger. So I think he got supernatural fan when he aged up to a child, so it was good. Now he is great friends with his mom and his dad, and then he did meet Beatrice Ursine and Douglas Liu at school, and he just knows Justine Keaton, I think from the festival, if I'm not mistaken. Now he is just a C student at school because he's only just started school, so he hasn't really had many days to go, but today will be, I think, his second day. He's working a little bit on logic. He's worked a little bit on logic and a little bit on writing. Mainly, those are pretty much from the books that he read as a child, so he'll get like a boost in them. So that's pretty much that. And then he does have his honor bear, the logic book that he wanted to buy, some firecrackers and stuff, and his homework, which is completed. He doesn't have any opportunities, and he's got 7,978 points, and that is pretty much that. So let me go ahead and show you the house and kind of explain what's going down. So let me put the walls up. So when you walk in the front door here, you've got like a table. It's got like a gym bag underneath it, and on the other side we've got like a boat and some portraits, a phone and writing pad, and the bulletin board or whatever if you wanted to stick something up there. Then you've got like the stereo, and down there is Dereck's trophy. To the right is the living room. It's a very small living room, but it doesn't really need to be very big because they don't use it very often. It's just 2 couches, a bookshelf, a TV, and that's pretty much it in here. Like I said, though, they don't really use it that often, so it doesn't really bother me that it's kind of tiny. It works for what it needs. To the left on the hallway, there is a big dining table, which they can't sit at all of the chairs. Mainly, they can only sit at like this one and this one, but that's all right because it doesn't really matter. We don't have a big enough family right now to need it. There is a breakfast nook over here, so if they want to sit down and eat, they so can. They've got a very tiny kitchen area, which I mean tiny when I say like 3 counters is about it. They've gotten some of this stuff from being celebrities. I think the stove, and I think we bought the fridge just to upgrade a little bit. All right, going down the hallway, you're going to notice there's a door here. This goes into what would be the master bedroom. It's not really that much of a master bedroom at this point because it doesn't have like its own bath or anything, but it does have their bed and their dresser. and you know, their mirror and stuff. But this is pretty much all it is. It's nothing too spectacular, and it's got their diplomas on the wall. And then we've got some plants and a picture in between. Off of that, you will see the nursery, which is where Daniel stayed as a baby and a toddler. Now, there's only really a potty and a bed in here because we didn't really have anything else that we needed to add. And I did want to add decorations and stuff, but at the point we were kind of stretched for money at the time, so I couldn't really make anything too big. And since he was a boy, I decorated with blue. I'll change it baby to baby pretty much. The bathroom I think is really cool because I put a half wall next to the toilet. Now this door goes to the hallway and this door goes to the master bedroom. So it's kind of like a master bath, but not really because they have to share it with everyone, you know, the guests and stuff that come over. They do have a shower, double sink, and a mirror. And then they have the wall, which I think is kind of cool next to the toilet to separate you know, the toilet from the walkway into the master bedroom. I just thought that was kind of nice. Over here is our skill building area. Now this is where SM charges up battery and everything like that. And we've got 3 sculpting benches. And we've got a logic table in the center. The playpen is in here because Daniel was playing in the playpen a lot as a child. He was playing with the abacus and stuff. He didn't learn to talk from it. They taught him themselves, but he did learn the abacus and everything like that. And then we've got another bookshelf in here, which we were sent for being a celebrity. Now, I did teach him the xylophone and peg box, but it's either in the inventory or I took him to the library. I can't remember which one. And then once Daniel aged up, I knew that I was going to need some more space for the family because this just wasn't quite cutting it. I could have built on more to the back, but I kind of wanted to just go up a little bit. So I went up. I built this little balcony kind of area. I put a desk down with a computer, so if anyone wanted to use it, they could. It's just up here on like this balcony. It's a very small balcony. And then I put a little rocking horse out here for Daniel to use when he wanted to. And then through the door is Daniel's room. Now it is very spice berry because it is his favorite color. I've got the little oven. This is like a set that I've got. It's a toy. This is a toy box. We've got a bed and a light and some just like a shelving area and some more lights and an alarm clock and a little dinosaur. We've got this little painting and the costume chest, and then we've got like the puzzle piece mirror and the little dresser, and then we've got this little bunny rabbit up here on the wall, which is a little clock. Outside, you are going to notice that there is the portal for going into the future, and we do have a a tombstone, and the tombstone is actually not anyone in my family. A paparazzi was standing outside for too long in the summer, got too hot, and actually spontaneously combusted and died. So Rain Kolb is the first gravestone on our lot, and what I did is I just put it at the back side of the tree. They don't really mess with it. I'm not really going to mess with it. It doesn't really bother me that it's here. I'm not sure if I'll ever keep it or what. I do plan on kind of moving between towns. I don't want to stay in Sunset Valley forever. But I do plan to stay here for a little while. But that's pretty much the house. And then we just have the telescope over here. But that's pretty much the house in a bundle. You know, that's just what it is. We don't really have much, and we just kind of utilize the town for what we've got out there. We don't really spend much time at the house other than sculpting. Now with this family, what I'm doing is I'm trying to get my family to go ahead and go through, and everyone will choose a different aspiration, and we'll try to do a different bit of a job or a whatever, and then once we finish the jobs we can just repeat them. But what we're doing is the first skill that we're mastering is sculpting, and so SM, Dereck, and Cheryl have been working on that, and they also have to complete all of the skill journal challenges. So what SM has done, she has finished Chisel Master, the Prolific Sculptor, the Master Sculptor. She's just finishing off the ice sculptures and getting the 25. And then once she gets that, then she needs to sculpt Dereck and Cheryl as young adults, because everyone needs to be sculpted as a young adult. Now SM obviously will be sculpted as well, but SM doesn't actually need to be sculpted too quickly. I don't she doesn't age, so it's just like, you sculpt her whenever you get there, you know what I mean? So she's working really hard on this. This is what she spends her whole entire time doing. So she just like literally stays here and sculpts. And as you can see, she's doing another ice one. And she's at 17 of the 25. She's getting very, very close to completing this. Dereck, on the other hand, has only completed the Chisel Master, so he's still working on, all of the other ones and trying to complete all of the different um, the 5 sculptures in each one of the materials. So he's working on that. But he also, you have to remember, is he's also going out and going to work and stuff in the middle of the day and stuff. So he does get tired, and he only has Saturday, Sundays off. Now, Cheryl is also doing it, but she's a little bit farther behind. She's only level 8 compared to the level 10 that the other two are. And she actually hasn't completed any of the skill challenges. She's been spending a lot of time down at the park, the Central Park here in Sunset Valley, and just spending some time down there building chests and doing all that good stuff. So that's pretty much what she's been doing, and she's been doing pretty well at it. Now, it is, like I said, fall, and it's our first year living here. Nothing big has really happened. I did edit the town to my own liking, so I'm kind of happy with how it is, and we go out and use a lot of the stuff that's out there. And that's kind of that. Now, the next skill that they're going to be working on will be gardening. And once they complete gardening and everyone finishes all of the skill challenges, no matter how old Daniel is or not, and if he completes it or not, we will be moving to the next town, which will be Riverview, and we'll be spending a couple of skill times there. So we're just going to continue moving throughout the towns. I'll be building houses as I go, but I'm probably going to be saving them to my inventory, especially this one because I'm in love with it. And so that's just pretty much what we're doing. We're going to do all the skills and just move throughout the towns, and just have, a good bit of stuff. Now, I am going to be keeping everyone as young as possible. So either eating life fruit or, making them not immortal, because once they get all the skills, I do want to let them just pass away and kind of stuff. But I don't want to fill the house up too quickly, so I'm kind of taking my time. That's why I said Daniel was kind of an accident, because I honestly didn't want kids yet. But all the kids will be building the skills as well, and just having a good old time building skills and, making relationships and all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty much what I'm doing in my my current households. Not really much else is really going on at this time. Just kind of building skills and stuff, and just kind of doing all that stuff. Um, and that's pretty much it. We're just keeping everyone kind of happy and, done with their careers. Now, I don't really know what career I'm going to go in with Dereck, but I have a feeling he's going to get the investigator career because he's got the perceptive trait, which he always seems to kind of get this trait now every single time I play this family. So it's kind of interesting to see that he got the perceptive trait. Now, Dereck and Cheryl will eventually have more children. We'll probably have more than 8 kids, or more than 8 Sims in the household at some point. I don't want to fill it too quickly because I do want, Daniel and them to be able to get married and have kids of their own. But I do want to have at least quite a few kids with Dereck and Cheryl, and then we'll build up skills for everyone. And it'll just be fun to kind of see the family, build the skills and stick together and kind of stuff like that. So, and the reason we're going to move throughout towns is because not only will I get bored with the same town continuously, but the town will die off because I've just got the EA story progression in here. So even with that, it's going to die off, and, nothing is really going to happen or anything. And so it's just kind of interesting to kind of see how things will progress over the couple of years. I kind of thought about staying here for about 2 to 3 years ish, at tops, and then moving. I don't really know if I'm going to do that or if I'll go by the skills thing, because I kind of think 2 or 3 years and then move would be kind of cool. But I'm not really 100% sure. So I would stay until um, the 3rd summer, which obviously we just got through our first summer. So we would have a long ways before we would get there. I'm not really 100% sure what I want to do there, but I'm kind of thinking about it, or either doing like 2 years. I'm not really 100% sure. So honestly, I haven't really thought about it too much. I'm just kind of trying to get through their days and, keep them happy and stuff. But that, guys, is pretty much all that's going down in my game. Nothing too spectacular, really that exciting or anything. But I'm sure the next time we'll have a little bit more to show. I'm sure there'll be probably some more Sims in the households. Also, I'm also going to be doing it where, like, Daniel, because he was born in this town, um, and because I want to keep like the bloodline going from each and every town, I'm kind of thinking Daniel will marry someone from this town, and then we'll bring them with us to the next town, and so on and so forth. So the next baby that's born in the next town, whether it be, Dereck and Cheryl's child or not, I'm not 100% sure. I'm not really 100% sure that these guys are actually going to have any more kids, to be honest. I kind of thought of just going to like the first boy and then just stopping there. So maybe the next person to have a child will be Daniel, and then we'll just continue on like that, and then we'll do the same thing with the wives and the children of everyone. So I'm really excited to, play more of this and see where they can go. And I don't really know who Daniel's going to marry, so it'll be interesting to see who he comes up with. I kind of thought maybe Bella Goth, but to be honest, she is probably a lot older than him by now. He could go for like the Earth sign girl, or whatever. But at this point, I'm not really too worried about seeing who he's going to marry. But I will definitely be here until he's a young adult, probably, so that he can get married and stuff like that, or at least move the person in. But that is pretty much it. So if you guys liked this current household, let me know, and I can definitely get another one up to you this month for September. If you guys aren't interested in seeing any more of the family, then let me know. The next time I'll be able to play with them while doing this. The only reason I didn't this time, and I was going to, is because the aging isn't set properly, which I need to fix. But again, if you guys liked it, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. In the description below, there is a donation link if you'd like to donate to my channel, along with things like my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, and my Twitch links. So if you want to check any of those out, please feel free, and I will talk to you guys in my very next one.